I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on solving multiple choice questions based on trigonometry. We'll be sharing 10 tricks with you. Here is trick number 3. The whole concept is to understand and then apply it to similar questions. Trick 3. Product of 1 plus tanA and 1 plus tanB is equal to 2 if a plus b is pi by 4 times 4n plus 1, where n belongs to integer, like pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, 9 pi by 4, and so on. So basically the angle is where tan is positive 1, correct? So either it is pi by 4 in quadrant 1 or the acute angle in quadrant 3 is pi by 4, right? So that is the condition. Based on this, you could see many questions in competitive exams like shown here. So question number 1, what is the value of 1 plus tan 23 times 1 plus tan 22? 23 plus 22 is 45, so the answer should be 2. So you don't really have to do much, right? Similarly, we have two more questions which based on this trick you can solve, but the idea is to understand this trick itself, right? So you can actually copy these two questions also and then look into the application of this idea. So what we'll begin with is the basic concept. We are given here that a plus b is multiple of pi by 4, and that too such that you land up in quadrant either 1 or in quadrant 3. So tan is positive in both. So if I have this acute angle of pi by 4 here or there, we know in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3 tan is positive, right? And it is positive 1. We know tan pi by 4 equals to 1, correct? And we also know that for tan the period is pi. So it repeats after every pi. That gives you an idea of this multiple. Now how do we prove it? So I hope you can recall trick number 1 where we used a compound angle formula. So whenever a plus b is involved, think like this. What is tan a plus b equals to? The formula is tan A plus tan B over 1 minus tan A tan B, correct? Now when we say a plus b is pi by 4 or its multiple, you can just place pi by 4 here. Then what do you get? You get tan pi by 4. Now tan pi by 4 is 1, right? So you could write this as 1, and then we'll write this right side expression as tan A plus tan B over 1 minus tan A tan B. Now if I cross multiply with 1, what do I get? So I get 1 minus tan A tan B is equal to tan A plus tan B. Right? So that is what we get. So from here you can say 1 is equal to tan A plus tan B plus tan A tan B. So all this is actually equal to 1. Now how do I get 2? Well, let's look into it from the other side. That is to say, I don't really want to factor this and get that. So what I will do here is basically expand this one. So let me expand. What is 1 plus tan A times 1 plus tan B equals to? So if you expand, you get 1 times 1, and 1 times tan B and tan A, we get tan A plus tanB. And when you multiply, you get plus tanA tanB. Now, as you can see here, we have shown that this portion is 1, right? This portion is 1 for a plus b equals to pi by 4, right? So I could write this as equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2. So we basically get that this product is indeed 2. Do you see how we kind of derived it? So that is the basic concept. So if sum of angles A and B is equal to pi by 4 or 180 plus pi by 4, in that case, their product is always 2, correct? So I hope this step is absolutely clear. So that's how you should do it. Now let's get back to the questions and solve them, since we know the trick, right? So the very first question here is, find the value of 1 plus tan 23 and tan 22. Now since 23 plus 22 is indeed equal to 45, which is same as pi by 4, right? In degrees, this is in degrees, radians pi by 4. Therefore, we could straight away write that this is equal to 2. So we get answer as 2, correct? Now let's look into the next one. Here we have a part which is kind of similar, and let's check. What is pi by 12 plus pi by 6 equal to? Common denominator is 12, so we get pi plus 2 pi or 3 pi by 12, which is again pi by 4, correct? So that means that this portion here is equal to 2. Now what is tan pi by 3? For that, we can actually draw our special triangle, right? Now for all these questions, you are not allowed calculator. That is why these questions you need to do the way we are trying to help you out with. So this is pi by 3. Now the side should be as shown here. And you can see that tan pi by 3, which you know is square root 3, correct? So this portion is square root 3. And therefore, it is 2 times square root 3. Option D is the right option. Perfect. So I hope that is absolutely clear, right? Now here is a question for you to practice. You need to find the value of 1 plus tan 2 pi by 3 times 1 plus tan 7 pi by 12. We do expect the answer 2, but we need to verify if this condition is met or not, correct? So let's do it. So let's add 2 pi by 3 with 7 pi by 12. So we do get common denominator of 12. So 4 times 2 is 8, 8 pi plus 7 pi. So that gives us 15 pi by 12, which simplifies to, you can divide both by 3, right? So when you divide by 3, you get 5 pi by 4. Now 5 pi by 4 indeed is when n equals to 1. So it works, correct? And therefore, the answer should be 2. So you have to verify this before you get to the result, right? So it should be positive value. Is it okay? I mean, either in quadrant 1 or in quadrant 3, correct? So I hope that kind of helps you. Let me also remind you of our trick 1. Do you remember trick 1? It was relating to when A plus B was 90 degrees, correct? In that case, trick 1 was tan of A times tan of B equals to 1, right? So that was our trick 1, which also comes from the A plus B formula, right? You remember the same concept, A plus B, tan A plus B is tan A plus tan B over 1 minus tan A tan B. Now, if a plus b is 90 degrees, it is undefined. So, if a plus b equals to 90 degrees, then denominator should be 0, right? Then denominator should be 0, right? That means undefined. Tan a 90 degrees is undefined. And that means this part should be equal to 0. And that gives us the trick that tan A, tan B should be 1. So these two tricks could be derived from the same compound angle formula for tan. So I hope that helps you to understand when to apply what formula. So if A plus B is 45 degrees, related acute angle, in that case, you could always use the formula shown here. I hope that helps. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for watching and all the best.